I have created this app. It's sort of an app where, see, the idea behind this app was to create a sort of an aggregation app, an aggregation website where you can, suppose you want to follow a topic, and right now what we have is there are different channels. There are sources from YouTube, from Twitter, LinkedIn, and other individual websites for that topic. So yes, so within within Twitter or within X, you have the option to create lists. So if you want to follow certain topic, you have that option. For YouTube, they don't have inbuilt, but there are other extensions and applications that you can do that. And for websites itself, I think so. There's something called RSS feeds or something like that, which I haven't used on my own, but I think so. I'll probably use it within this application itself. So my idea behind this is that there is no, as far as I know, maybe there is in real life, but as far as I know, I haven't checked it out, and this is just for learning purposes only. So my objective is to create an sort of application where if you want to follow certain topics, let's say you want to follow people from a certain niche, that suppose AI creators, suppose you want to follow AI news, or suppose you want to follow a certain sport, and you want to follow different channels or websites from that sport or from that area. So this could be one place where you can subscribe to all those things, and there will be a common feed. You might be able to follow them at a single place. That's the idea behind this app that I'm trying to create. But so far, I've only added YouTube subscriptions here. So it now, as of now, it's just like a YouTube channel, or just like a YouTube feed. There's nothing more to do. So yes, suppose, let me do it by default. So suppose you want to follow, suppose you want to subscribe to a YouTube channel. So you can just write their name here. For example, I want to suppose follow this channel. Or search for it. So there will be a few options which matches this keyword. Now you can subscribe to this channel, and now if you check your subscriptions, you'll have this channel here. And if you want to see the feed will be created where you have content from this channel. If you want to add some other channel, suppose yes, now you can subscribe to this one, and yes, now this is updated. Yes, right now even the user interface is very basic, but the point is just to test it up. Yes, now you can see this, the content from this channel is also added here. So this is just a very basic. I've only worked on it for 2 days, and yes, that's it. And yeah, the idea is just that in the future, I hope to add. My next step is to add, be able to add Twitter accounts as well. Yeah, and this feed will also include Twitter or tweets, something like that. So that's the idea.
Okay, so within this list, is it like, are you also planning to be able to group them into different categories?
Yes, that's my plan. Suppose the final, yes, eventually I want to have such that you create your account and then you can get groups. Suppose group AI, group physics news, or something like that. And within that, you can now subscribe to different sources that, yes, for that news or something like that. Yes, group is one thing that I'm trying to do. And yes, another thing is that there are subgroups as well. Even there are some extensions like PocketTube for
Yeah, for
app.
YouTube.
Yes, but the thing is that if you want grouped, I mean, sorry, nested groups, you have to have You'll have subscriptions for that, or probably you have to pay through Patreon or something like that. It's not available by default. You can only create one group. So suppose you want to do that. Suppose you want to have a group called technology, and within technology you want further subgroups within that. So that is not currently possible. So I'll try to include that as well. I don't know if I'll be able to do it or not, but I'll try to see. But that's far later on. First, I'll try to include only single layer groups. After that, I'll try later on. So.
And how are you building it? Is it JavaScript, and what's the backend, the front end?
Yes. Wait. Okay, so for the backend, I'm using Flask. This is all the code for the backend, and for the front end, just plain HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is the code for the front end. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and for the backend, this is the Flask. So that's also fine. Maybe in the future, I'll try to use some content frameworks. I've never built. I've just built basic apps using React, but I haven't done much. So the aesthetics I'll focus later on. First, I'll try to build the functionalities of adding different sources. So after that, I'll focus on the aesthetics. So that's it so far for me.
Okay.
And yes, also something I've also used this SQLite or SQLite for the database.
So the subscription details are stored in the SQLite database.
Yes, it's stored there.
But as of now, there is no authentication system, right?
No, it's just I think so. By default, a user is created by default. That's it. And there are no that authentication system is not there. Yes, that's it from me. Anything else?
I don't have anything to say.
Okay then. So what about you?
Yeah, let me share this one. You can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Last time, what I was trying to implement was basically a RAG chatbot.
Okay.
So we'll have some kind of chatting platform like Skype or Discord, where you'll have a chatbot that will take your query, feed it to an LLM, and using RAG in real time get some information from a database and give you output.
Okay.
So this is an architecture that is built by Claude. I have not made any changes here. It's actually the first time I'm also going through it. So basically, I think it has given us some layers. So the first layer you can see is the Discord interface layer, either Discord or any chatbot. I mean, any interface. So here I'm assuming I'm going to use Discord, as I also want to understand how Discord bots are made. So the Discord is the client where we will input our queries to the LLM. So I hit saying there will be a command handler which will post the query to an API layer. So API layer, I guess I'm not sure what the use here is. Basically, it's authentication and stuff. But essentially, it will take the query from here and take it to the processing layer where the actual processing will be done by the LLM. So here it is saying NLP processor, query generator, RAG engine. So the RAG engine will communicate with the database and the LLM. So LLM is where the machine learning model will be there, and the RAG engine will communicate with the local database where our information will be there that is not accessible to the LLM. So as of now, I do not know how RAG works. So because yeah, I think the local LLM will not have access to real-time data, but the RAG engine will have access to the real-time data. So I think it will somehow combine both. Then yeah, a lot of the what should I say, the nodes here, I do not understand what the use is. I will have to do more research here. But as a higher level overview, is what I understood, right? That there will be a UI here. The UI will input our queries to an API. It will send the request to an LLM, which will use RAG engine to communicate with the LLM and the local database and output the result. And it has also given us an extra layer for logging, basically, I guess, logging errors, logging input and output, performance monitoring, etc. So this seems simple as well as complicated at the same time. So I think first I'll start with trying to make a interface in Discord for inputting user query. Then later on, we'll see how I'm able to implement this. So I don't really have anything else to add here.
So the local database, what will that be?
Here, any information I have collected from Claude itself, here he is suggesting it is suggesting to use PostgreSQL.
Okay.
It will be local RDBMs. But what kind of data I'll store, that I'm not sure. Initially, this project idea I got from a Replit bounty that I told you. They are assuming the data to be company data.
Yes.
So there will be some, what should I say, data to be stored in a company data. But for now, I'll have to have synthetic database for some. I don't know what data to use now. Train or to use for the RAG engine.
Okay.
But any data is fine for me, just as it is for learning purpose itself.
Yes.
So we'll see what kind of data is appropriate. And then we'll see how it works.
Okay.
Some of the notes, I don't understand what it means, like visualization engine, I'm not sure what it is. Those I need to research. Or even if this architecture is correct or not, I have not verified.
Yes. And those things you'll only be able to know after you start building. So
yeah. But as a starting point, I think it is a good start.
Yes.
See how it goes.
Okay.
So, any questions or anything?
No, I think so. After you build it, then we'll have to see how it works. After that, you can ask some questions or discuss about it. But
for now, I'm not even sure of the tech stack, right? So I don't know what to use. Most likely, I mean, since it is LLM and AI based, so it will be Python.
Yes.
But the other tech stacks, like which LLM open source model to use, whether to use local or open source from Hugging Face, that also I have not decided.
Okay.
A lot of things to consider now.
Okay, so depending on your laptop, so will it be possible to run?
I can run local LLMs, but I don't know of what scale and which, what is the term? I don't know what strength. So I don't know what level of LLMs this laptop can run.
Okay.
I'll try to do an experiment. I'll say locally and through cloud, which is performing better, which can do inference faster. Just for experiment sake, I could try running it locally also, even if it is not the most powerful one. Yeah.
Okay, so once you build it, then we'll be able to discuss more, or you can also share your learnings about what are the practical issues that arises when you start to do it or locally or through APIs, whatever. Yeah.
Then, I think today will be shopping.
Yes. So you can stop.
Yeah, I think.